How's it going, guys? We're now going into Season 3 of my Vegas Golden Knights Franchise Mode series. As you can see here, NHL team has 91 offense, 90 defense, and 91 goaltending. AHL team, 83 offense, 77 defense, and 79 goaltending. So before we start the sim, I'm going to give you guys a look at the lines in case you forget from last episode. I think both teams are looking very solid. We've actually made the playoffs the last 2 years in a row, so maybe we can even start having some playoff success, winning a couple rounds. First line here in the NHL, we have Duran, Turris, and Grigorenko. Second line there, we have Perron, Johnson, and Killorn. Third line, De La Rose, Draisaitl, and Poirier. Fourth line, Perreault, Gergensen, and Edom. On defense, here we have Mueller and Spurgeon, Renski and Hannafin, Larson and Corrado. Going to try and trade Corrado with some other stuff to upgrade our D. I think outside of him, our defense is pretty solid, pretty young, should grow throughout the year. Goalies are very solid. Korpisalo, 89 overall starter, with Subban there as the 84 backup. AHL team here, offense is stacked. Benson, Merkley, and Scherbak the first line. Arvidsson, Patrick, and Moore in the second line. Gauntz, Vegemel, Fogle there on the third. And then Kopaka, Hintz, and Selleck on the fourth. Defense here for the AHL team, we have Tula, Liljegren, Sean Day, Mikola, Niku, and Johansson. So really hoping both Liljegren and Tula can grow a lot over the year. Hoping they turn into really solid defensemen for us. Vehvilainen and Hallinan here as the two AHL goalies. So, like I was saying, I really like both lineups. Also, guys, I don't think I showed you the owner goals in the last episode, so I'll show you that for this season. Actually, I don't even know if I've looked at it, so let's take a look here and see what they are. I noticed you guys have some willingness to relocate, but we're not going to. We're going to stay in Vegas the entire franchise mode series. Primary goal there is to earn at least 86% of the $21.857 million expected profit, so obviously winning games helps that out. Secondary goals, average at least 75% concession fan happiness. Stupid goal, build a new parking lot, so I'm sure we can do that if we have the funds. And then the stretch goal there is to get more club seating, so we also have to upgrade the club seating by 1. So I'm not sure if we'll have money for both of those things, but we can check, and if we do have the money, obviously we'll do that. And also, as you guys can see there, the state of the team is hopeful. I think that's what it's been the last couple seasons. We did start off as a rebuilder, quickly turn into a hopeful team, so next step obviously is becoming a contender, and going from there, just trying to build this team with the youth, letting them grow, and hopefully becoming a Stanley Cup champion at one point in time. Right here, guys, I'm trying to make a trade with Toronto for Nikita Zaitsev. Pretty solid defenseman, 26 years old, 83 overall. Would really round out our top 6 nicely. Obviously, Corrado's not that great, 25, 81. It's a good upgrade from him. Also giving them a couple unsigned defensemen here. Both have AHL top 2D. This Cap guy was actually our first-round pick last year, so it kind of sucks how much that value that first-round pick lost, but that draft last year was just terrible. And then I'm also getting them this row goalie, fringe star potential. We have another goalie with fringe star potential. He's currently the backup in the AHL. He's a year younger, same potential, so this guy's kind of expendable. If they do this deal, I think it's really good. Helps us now. Also, Zaitsev's not too old. Pretty decent contract there, 1.9 for 2 years. We'll see what they say. Trade accepted. So I think that worked out well for both of us. I'm just going to go add him to the NHL team now and start the sim. So just finishing through October, and again, we have an amazing start to this season. 8-2-1 record, AHL team there. It's only played a few games, but they're 2-0-1. So let's see what happens as we go through November. Team is looking very good again, though. So now at the end of November here, November was a pretty rough month for us. We're now 12-11-1, so still a positive record, but I think we went like 4-9, 3-9 this month, so definitely not as good as October, but we'll see what happens after December. AHL team there, 7-3-3, so they're killing it as expected. That AHL team is stacked. So we'll just sim to the end of the 2018 here and see where the team's at. Alright, guys, so we're now at the end of December here, and we're 18-18-1, so pretty much exactly 500. AHL team's 15-6-3, fan happiness there, 78, locker room chemistry, 77. So not as good as I hoped we'd be doing. I thought we'd be, well into a playoff spot. We're actually last right now in the Pacific with 37 points. So I think I'm going to make a trade here, see if I can shake up the team. I was actually looking at the lines, and I noticed that similar to Anders Lee last year, Perreault is way down in overall, probably because he's playing on the 4th line. But unlike Lee, Perreault is considered a 3rd-line forward, where Lee was a 2nd line. So I don't think playing on the 4th line should really hurt him that much, especially being like a veteran. But for whatever reason it is, he's making a lot of money. I'm going to see if we can package him in a deal. Just get a better 4th-line guy back. I could call up someone from the AHL, but right now, Benson's up to an 83. Actually, yeah, Benson's an 83, 3rd-line scoring forward. He's playing, he's gone up 1 overall, playing 1st-line in the AHL. Would playing 4th-line in the NHL make him grow more or less? He's gone up 1, haven't heard any complaints from him. Scherbak definitely would get better in the AHL, same with Patrick. So, yeah, I think I'm going to try and trade Perreault for a better 4th-line forward. Keep Benson in the AHL for now, and then just kind of go from there, I guess. So I was going through the trading block, guys, and I see that Florida has Jokinen on the block. Still 85 overall, even though he's 35 years old. Good amount of salary on him, but only 1 year left, so probably just won't resign him at the end of this year, as he'll probably go down in a lot of value. So we'll see what Perreault's value is at, and if it's anywhere close, which it looks to be kind of close. Yeah, so maybe if we just add a couple picks, a couple prospects, we can make this deal go through. And we're actually only adding about 1.5 million in salary, so it's not too bad. So I'm going to try this trade, guys. I added my 2 worst unsigned prospects. Both have AHL top 6 potential. 6th and a 7th round pick in this year's draft. So they want to trade Jokinen, they want Perreault, and then hopefully those 4 minor pieces will make them do it. We'll see what they say. Trade accepted. So I think that's a good move. He's 85 overall. Hopefully he's better at like a bomb 6 role. So now at the All-Star game in January, we have a record of 24, 25, and 1. So still hovering around 500, actually just below it. AHL team there, 23, 9, and 4. So they're still playing really well. Unfortunately, we're just not really, for whatever reason. Kyle Turris was hurt this whole entire month, and I think Zaitsev went down until March, so Liljegren actually got called up, which I guess should help his growth. Still last place here in the Pacific with 49 points, 4 points behind Anaheim, who actually has a playoff spot there at 53, so we're not really out of it yet. We're still fighting for that spot. I did check the Twitter feed or whatever to see if I could tell if who made it to the All-Star game from our team, but again, nobody showed up, so I think because we're a custom team, we just, I guess, aren't on there. So Vancouver, there's 3 points ahead of us. Anaheim 4, and they're in a playoff spot. So like I said, we're not out of it yet. Still, 2.5 months to go or so. The entire NHL, just want to see where we're at. Pittsburgh's actually in first, and we're 19th. So we're not doing too bad. Gonna take a look here at our scoring leaders. Tyler Johnson there, actually leading the team with 40 points. Second there is Duran with 38. Perron's got 34, so he's actually playing pretty good. Grigorenko has 33, now an 86, so he's actually grown a lot since we got from the expansion draft. Jokinen has 32. Not sure, how many of those are on our team, but good to see he's doing well. Killorn 28, Draisaitl 26, not too bad, playing third line center. Turris there is 26, so he's actually in 38 games. That's pretty good production from him. Spurgeon 24 as a defenseman. Gergensen 16, playing fourth line center is not too bad. Poirier 15, Delarose 13, so just the third and fourth line guys just kind of pitching in. We'll take a look here as well at the goalies and see how they're doing. Korpisalo, 2.95 goals against. How is he that bad? 89 overall. That's a rough goals against, .9 save percentage. So it must be our defense. Our defensive rating was definitely lower this year. I think it was honestly the highest when we first started the expansion draft. We had a lot of good veteran defensemen. Trade them away for forwards. We now have good forwards. We're going to have to wait, I think, for these young defensemen to really develop. Subban, though, is not too bad. 2.31 against, .924 save percentage. Vovolinin here is actually sick. 1.28 goals against and a .95 save percentage. In the 2 games he's played, or 3 games played, 2 wins. I don't see a loss here, though. I have no idea, but he was sick in the 2 games he started, so that's pretty good. Maybe that's a sign of another good future goalie for us. Speaking of which, here we'll take a look at the AHL. So he's actually got better stats in the NHL than the AHL, but still good stats in the AHL. Same with that Hallinan guy there. Going to take a look here now at the AHL players. I think that first line of Benson, Patrick, and Scherbak should be tearing it up. Benson there, 28 points, 25 games. Scherbak's got 26 and 36. Hintz has 25 and 36, playing third line center. Actually, no, he's fourth line center usually, so that's very impressive. Arvidsson 23, Merkley 21, Vegetable 20. Patrick here's got 16 and 36. For whatever reason, he just never scores a lot for me, and I'm putting him on the first line. I actually bumped him up since you guys last seen him. Played him between Benson and Scherbak, so don't know why he's not scoring. Liljegren 15 and 25 now on the NHL team, so that's good to see. More in there is an 80, just kind of hopefully helping other guys score a lot. So, I mean, AHL team is looking good. Definitely cannot complain about them. I'm pretty sure that they're first place in their division, but the NHL team definitely could be doing better. Actually, no, they're second place, 50 points, but a lot of season left. So we'll send to the trade deadline, see where we're at. If we still have a chance to make the playoffs, we might make a couple trades. If we're completely out of it, though, probably trade away a couple guys on expiring deals and just get ready for the draft. So now the trade deadline in February, we have a record of 30, 30, and 2, so still hovering right around 500. AHL team 32, 11, and 5, still crushing it. Fan happiness there 71, locker room chemistry 80. So I have a feeling we're still out of a playoff spot. 500, I doubt is good enough. Yeah, we're still last in the Pacific there with 62 points. 10 points out of a wild card spot. So that's 5 wins we have to gain in a month and a half. That is a lot. So chances are it's not going to happen. I don't really think I'm going to trade away any picks or prospects to add any NHL players to try and make a playoff run. But I'll see if there are any trades you can make with players we're not going to re-sign. So instead of losing them for nothing, might as well get something for them. But anybody I'd normally re-sign, I'm not going to trade, for a playoff run. So we'll see what kind of trades we can make. Probably just a lot of minor deals here. disappointing season nevertheless. I thought we had a much better team this year, but Sim didn't go our way. So going through the trading block, guys, and Calgary has this Tulola guy on the block. I wonder if he's related or like maybe the brother of our Tulola defenseman. 20 years old, medium top 9-4 potential, 74 overall already. Not that much trade value. I feel like he's a solid prospect we could get for very cheap. So we're going to see what it takes to get him. I think it could be a pretty big steal. So right here, guys, I'm offering Calgary a couple unsigned prospects with AHL top 6 potential. I think I pretty much traded away all the AHL guys we drafted in 2018, as we did have a ton of picks. And I think more than half of them were AHL potential guys, along with Anderson here, who is signed, has 7th D potential, but not really that great, 20 years old. We can afford to get rid of them. So they don't really want any of them, but they do want to trade Tulola. Value's on our side. Maybe let's say yes to this deal. They do, so I think that was a pretty nice, easy pickup. So as I went through the trading block some more, guys, I see that Toronto actually has Willie Nylander on the block. A lot of trade value there, but he's 22 years old, 84 overall, low league potential, 3 years left here on a $4 million deal, which is pretty reasonable. Even though he has a lot of value, I feel like he'd be a huge addition to our team. Someone that can really grow in this game, you know, be a high caliber forward for us, something we really don't have yet. Obviously, we have a lot of guys that could be that, and we have Turris and Johnson, but I feel like Nylander could actually be a nice scorer, so we'll see if we can afford to get him here. That's a lot of trade value, but we'll see what assets we have that they want and see if we can put together a package that they'll accept. Alright, guys, so I decided why not try and trade Kyle Turris for William Nylander. We already know he really screwed us over last summer, and we're not in a playoff spot. 88 overall, he's actually gone down one. He was an 89, making $9.5 million. I'm not sure what it costs to re-sign him, but we have Tyler Johnson, a lot of good center depth. We really don't need him, and I really don't want him. He pissed me off last summer, and if he can get us William Nylander, who's 22 years old, 84 overall, lots of potential, really fits our team better, I would definitely do that deal. I'm also going to retain half his salary, as there's only a month and a half left, and if retaining half his salary, I think will probably boost his value, make Toronto more likely to do the deal. As you can see, 4 overall higher than Nylander, but obviously older. Nylander's on a 3-year deal. They want Turris, they don't want Nylander. If this goes through, I think this is a huge trade for us. I know I say that a lot, but we're getting a beastly prospect. We'll see what they say. Trade accepted. So there we go. Added William Nylander, essentially for free, as we never gave up anything for Turris, just money. Alright, guys, so it forced me to go to edit lines after we made that trade, and look at how good Nylander actually is. He's actually an 88 overall, so we just traded 188 for another, except ours is like 7 years younger, has elite potential, and is making less than half the amount of money on a 3-year deal. So obviously, Toronto wasn't playing him enough, kind of like in real life. You know, they had him on that 4th line there. And so his overall grew 4 just for being traded to us, and he's not even happy yet. So if he gets happy, he could be like an 89 or a 90. That was an even bigger steal than I originally thought. I am pumped. He's going to be our first line center for the next 3 or 4 years. We got Johnson behind him, Patrick coming up, Merkley coming up. Team's future is looking very bright. And right here, guys, trying to make one last deal at the deadline, trying to trade Jokin to the Ducks for a 2nd-round pick, essentially flipping him after we traded Perreault for him. Got some salary retained. He's 35 years old. I really don't see myself re-signing him this summer, so might as well try and get something for him, opposed to losing him for free. 2nd-round pick would be a pretty good trade, I think. So here we go. And we have to call up Merkley, which means the Ducks accept. So good trade. So I want to give you guys a quick look at the lines after that trade deadline. Obviously, we got rid of Turris and Jokinen, but we brought back Nylander. Also, to replace Jokinen, I called up Benson. So look at the first line. It's actually the same, if not even better. I think I like Nylander a lot better than Turris. Benson there, interested to see what he does in the NHL. He's playing pretty good in the AHL. Obviously, it hurts the AHL team a bit, but they're playing pretty well. They should be okay. So obviously, defense didn't change. Here's the AHL first line. Merkley's now first line center. He's 82. I just can't basically afford not to play him first line. He deserves it. Patrick, though, is playing on the 2nd line there with Morin and Gaunt, so still he has 2 good wingers. Hopefully it'll help him grow. He's gone up 1 this season. I would love for him to be like an 80 at least this summer. 3rd line there, Vegemel on the wing. Too good to play like less than 3rd line. Hintz and Fogle. 4th line there is not that great, but those top 3 lines are so good it shouldn't really matter. So pretty much just assuming we won't make the playoffs this year, which like I said, it's a bit of a disappointment, but I really like those moves we made at the deadline. I think it sets us up well for next season. AHL team still playing very good. They're actually 1st place now in their division, I just seen. So we'll see what happens here in the last month and a half, and hopefully we can have a good run at the Calder Cup. So the regular season is now over. We finished with a record of 31, 46, and 5. Honestly, I think we lost almost every game since the trade deadline. Like, we had a 500 record at the trade deadline, and since then we've just been absolutely terrible. You wouldn't have thought we'd be that bad. Like, Nylander for Turris was a fair deal. We got the same rating, but a younger player. And then Jokinen for Benson, or Benson getting called up to take his place, a little worse. Big thing though was not only did Benson's a bit worse than Jokinen, we also had a ton of injuries. throughout the last month and a half, constantly like calling up and sending down guys. Just a real shit show basically, and it kind of showed. So right there's the trade deadline, and you can see since then we won one game in March against San Jose, 3-2 game. The rest there is all losses. 2 of them in a shootout, so we got a couple points. That's just so bad, and it continued into April. You can see we had 4 games in April, all losses. One of them was shootout loss. So between, I guess, I don't know, the team morale being down from knowing we're not making the playoffs, injuries, it just did not go well. Like, we won one game the last month and a half. I remember the one year we were like right on that wild card spot. In the last month and a half, we actually crushed it, pushed ourselves into the playoffs. So I think we were like way out of the playoffs, and the last month and a half we crushed it and got in. Did the exact opposite this time. Fan happiness there, 51, so low. Locker room chemistry, 54. It's probably really low too because it's for sure now we missed the playoffs. AHL team though, that's the one bright spot of this season, 44, 15, and 5. We did get Zaitsev back, so Liljegren's now playing the AHL. He'll give them a big boost for the playoffs. Patrick's down there playing again. He was called up for a bit for injuries, so I think AHL team should have a good run. Before we do that, though, I'll show you the final standings here. So 67 points. We actually might have a very high pick. I'm going to be interested to see where we finish the entire NHL. Obviously, last place in our division. That last month and a half could have got us a first overall pick. Let's see exactly where we are. Second last there. So depending how the lottery goes, we could get the first pick or we could get as low as the 5th pick. As low as the 5th pick if 3 teams beat us. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I can't believe just kind of how much we fell. But I mean, I guess when you're not going to make the playoffs, that's kind of a good thing because now we get a high pick. Hopefully we can get a stud there for the, the 2019 draft. Durant here finishes our highest score, 63 points. Johnson at 58 and 84. I have no idea, like, why is he down in overall? It doesn't make sense. Or actually, maybe because he was injured. That's the only thing. He was injured for a bit. That makes sense. Nylander, 53 points. Greg Ranko there, 49. Played the whole year. One of only, like, a few players. Perron, 40. Spurgeon, 35. So pretty solid for defenseman. He's actually at 87 at one point in the season. Chlorine at 34. Draisaitl, 33. Gergensen, 27. Dillerose, 20. The rest of the team didn't really do much. Let's see. Yeah, not much from the team. Patrick had 0 points in the 9 games he played. Tulola there had 0 points in the 5 games he played. Take a look at the goalies here, see how they did. I don't think we really got destroyed in any games. Corby Sally had a .9 save percentage, 2.93 goals against, so could have had better stats. Subban, a little bit better actually, but obviously playing less games. Vavelainen in there still only played those 3 games. He had 6 stats. Take a look at the AHL team now as well. He has really good stats in the AHL. Same with Hallen in there, who is his backup. Let's take a look at the AHL scores here. I think Benson was probably leading the team. As you can see here, Hintz is actually the leading scorer on the team. 57 points, which is pretty good, considering the fact he's been playing like third-line center. Arvidsson has 55, Scherbak 50, Merkley 50, Vegemov 44, Gauntz 34, Morin 33. Benson at 31 there, but in 28 games. He's actually on the NHL team right now. I'm going to see about signing him down and just calling up like some crappy AHL guy who wasn't going to play, as our NHL team's not in the playoffs. Let's see. Tulola here, who we actually got in that trade, 16 points. I'm not sure if that was on our team or not. Patrick only had 27 in 53 games. Hopefully he can have a really good playoff run. Liljegren at 19 and 33 did play in the AHL, so not too bad. So like I was saying, NHL year, I don't know. I think it was just one of those years we didn't play too well. Gonna send Benson down to the AHL team and just hopefully have a really good playoff run. So the AHL season is now officially over, guys. I wanted to show you where we finished in the standings. Second place in our division there, 95 points. San Jose Barracuda there at 103, so they had a very good season. And the entire league here, we actually finished in second. So San Jose, the only team better than us, obviously goes by win percentage there. So all those teams played 8 more games. That's why they got more points. So in the first round of the playoffs, I think we're going up against the San Antonio Rampage. It is the AHL playoffs, but we're not playing in the NHL playoffs. So I'm thinking maybe we'll go like the period by the period, as there's no NHL playoffs to do it with. Obviously, we do know a lot of the players that are in this AHL team. We got Patrick, Scherbak, Morin, Merkley, all those guys. So would like to kind of see what happens here. I'm going to do it a little quicker, though. Third period there, Hansen Arvidsson score. Unfortunately, though, 3-2 loss there in the first game. Remember, too, the AHL playoffs have a rest of 5 in the first round. So as soon as we lose 3 games, it's all for nothing. Hopefully, we can win this one. If not, we'd have to win the next 3 straight. We are playing at home, too, obviously. Second best team in the league. So hopefully, we can at least win 1 game at home here. First period, wow, we get a couple more scored on us. Morin gets one back, but it's 4-1. I don't know what's going on right now. This has just been a terrible, terrible year. If we get swept here with the second best AHL team, that's going to be embarrassing. And of course, Merkley's injured now, so we'll just assistant coach replace him. So third game here, we have who knows who playing first line center in place of Merkley. Scored on us first period. Arvidsson gets one. It's 2-1 or 3-1 now. Patrick gets one there in the third. We ended up losing that game 5-2. So I am just done with this season. NHL team finished second last. AHL team finishes second in the league and then gets swept in the first round of the playoffs. What a joke. So right here, guys, I'm actually getting a contract from the owner to re-sign for 5 years. Doesn't really matter as I have it, so they can't fire me. Good thing, too. We had a really rough year this year, but overall the team is going to be a lot better in the future. So I'm just kind of looking through here to see all the different teams making us offers, but obviously going to stick with the team we've been building and see how long it's going to take us to win a Stanley Cup. So right here, guys, they look at the lottery results. Unfortunately, we did not win the lottery. I'm not exactly sure how it worked out because Buffalo was last in the league when we looked at it, unless, of course, they had one less game played than us, and maybe we actually finished last. That must have been what happened because there's only 3 lottery balls, and Buffalo was last. We were second last. Boston has the first pick. Islanders have the second. Rangers have the third. We have the fourth. So when I was checking, I don't remember. Obviously, when I'm editing this, I'll be able to tell, but Buffalo must have had another game played and passed us, and we actually finished last on the year, which pretty embarrassing. And of course, we don't even win one of the 3 lottery balls. Fourth pick, though. Hopefully, we can turn it into somebody really good. And right here, guys, I look at the retired players from this year. You got Jason Spezza, Marian Gaborik, Nash, Koivu, Plekanec, Hemsky, Semin, Markov, Fisher, Hudler, Erat, Filppula, Roy, Stempniak, Bouwmeester. So really no one crazy. We'll take a look here at the goalies, see if anyone good finally retired. Lundqvist there, that's a big retire. Craig Anderson, Jimmy Howard, that's actually pretty surprising. And the rest are just pretty irrelevant. So some big names, but nothing too crazy. So before we get to the draft, guys, I want to show you the awards for this season. But first, I want to see if we actually did finish last. That's really the only thing that would explain how the lottery went with us getting 4th place, or the 4th pick, I should say. And as you guys can see, yeah, so Buffalo must have had a game left, won it, finished with 68 points, and made us last in the NHL. So first year as an expansion team, we get the President's Trophy, make the playoffs. Second year, make the playoffs. Third year, finish last. So I feel like we did that in like the reversed order. Like we should have got last the first year, made the playoffs, and that like just squeaked in the playoffs in a wild card spot the second year. And then the third year, you win the President's Trophy. But somehow we went we started out really good and we started to regress. But I think we're gonna bounce back next year. It sucks too. Like Boston, there's 3rd last, Islanders 4th, Rangers 5th. Those are 3 teams that won the lottery. So it sucks we didn't win the lottery, but I mean I'm sure there'll still be a good player there at the 4th pick. Like I was saying, I want to show the awards for this year. Ottawa Senators actually won the Stanley Cup, President's Trophy, Pittsburgh Penguins, Clarence Campbell there, LA, and then of course Prince of Wales, the Ottawa Senators. Player awards here: Tarasenko with the Art Ross and the Hart. Subban there with the James Norris. Tarasenko as well got the Lady Byng. Barbashev with the Calder, so St. Louis had a great year. Hammond with the Conn Smythe. I wonder what Hammond's overall is if he's winning the Conn Smythe. Dubnyk with the Vezina and the William N. Jennings. McQuaid to Bill Masterson. Taves with the Selke. Tarasenko with the Ted Lindsay. And then Ovechkin there with Maurice Richard. So Ovechkin finally claimed it back there after Stamkos won it last year. AHL awards here. Calder Cup, as you can see, Manitoba Moose. I think, did we win our... Oh, no, we didn't win our division. We got second in our division, even though we finished second in the league. So we kind of got robbed. Player awards, Dal Call with the... What is this? Most points during the regular season. He also got the most valuable player, and he got the most goals, and he got the most outstanding rookie. Juleson there with the best defenseman. Montoya, this dude with the most valuable player of the Calder Cup. I have no idea who that is. Dalcall also won sportsmanship. Petan there with the Community Spirit Award. And then Pavlik here won the lowest goals against. So, interesting awards there. We're going to go on to the draft now. See if we can get this 4th overall pick. The highest we've picked so far. Like I've been saying, hopefully it's a good player. So we're now at the draft here, and I decided I'm just going to make my pick at number 4, as I really don't know any of the players in this year's draft. First overall here was a medium elite defenseman. Second overall was a high top 9 forward center. Third overall was also a medium elite defenseman. And then we have the 4th pick. So hopefully we can get an elite player here. Already 2 elite defensemen off the board. I wouldn't mind adding another one to go with Liljegren. So the 2 top 5 players left. We have Foote and Andronov. Our scouts say Andronov's a high top 6. They say Foote's a high bottom 6. Obviously, he's probably not. I think this year's draft's not going to be like last year's. I heard some people saying for some reason 2018's draft is always crappy. I wish I would have known that before like trading for a first round pick and all those picks in that draft. I would have just like, yeah, I guess I would have taken all the late picks, but all those high picks I would have traded for high picks in like this year's draft. Good to know for next time. So here I guess we'll just go with the scout. They're both wingers. This one's got high top 6. That one's high bomb 6. Please be elite and low elite. We'll take that. Figured I'd show you guys the rest of the first round. So Foot there was actually high top 9. So Andronov was the better pick. Medium top 4D, top 6, top 9. Just going to see if we missed out on any elite players. We probably did, but maybe not. Maybe actually not. There's no elite players here. That's crazy. And of course, because we did finish last, we have the first pick in the second round. We also have Anaheim's second round pick. Maybe we can find a steal here, an elite player in the second round. We'll take a look here at the potential. Top 6D, that's not too bad. I feel like we could find better. Also here we have a top 9 forward projected to go in the second round. There's a few top 9 forwards actually projected to go in the second round. One's in the third though. I feel like I can save him for the third. Rather just kind of take a chance here at what's in the second round. Like I was saying, there's a good chance there could be an elite player still left. These two guys are both considered to be 7th D. All those guys are AHL. Maybe we'll actually take the top 9 as it's a safe pick. I don't really want to risk it. Malakov, I think his name is, another Russian. Let's just go with him. Like I said, I really don't want to risk it. Low top 9. Went with the safe pick there. So next pick in the second round, guys. Looking at this German here, kind of want to take a risk. Medium AHL top 2D, so obviously I'm hoping he's a lot better than that. He's the only one left that's projected to go second round opposed to second/third. Already took a couple Russians. I don't really know if I want to take a third there with Semenov. So let's just go with this German. Hope he's a beast. Low top 6D, we'll take that. Already look at all the other players that went in this draft, or sorry, in this round. As you can see, no elite players there. Even one AHL guy, so really we didn't do too bad. First pick here in the third round. Hopefully we can get another solid player. So far, I think our draft's been pretty good. I'm going to see if that top 9 guy is still available, who's projected to go third round, and he's still available. So I think I'm just going to take the safe pick here. Petrovicki, I think his name is. Exact top 9, low top 9. We will take that. Pick number 4 here, going to see what we can get. I haven't actually checked goalies, so I'm going to see if maybe there's any decent goalies available. Usually I can get like a decent guy 4th, 5th, 6th round. So let's see. AHL starter. He could actually be like a backup potential, but he's undrafted or projection undrafted, so I could get him with like one of our 2 5th round picks. Nothing else there really interests me. So yeah, we'll save that goalie for like one of our last picks. Projected here, just kind of deciding. Do we go with a known quantity, AHL, everything exact? So yeah, let's just go by projected. And we're going to take a chance here. Maybe this Polish winger, no one knows about him. Completely unknown. Lau is his name. Please be good. Medium bomb 6. That's not too bad. So first pick in the 5th round now. Hoping for another solid player. Another depth pick here. Let's see. 3 guys left. 4th/5th. Bunch of Canadians here. I don't think I really recognize any of these names, unfortunately. AHL top 6 high. So I remember someone saying how like that means they're probably going to be an AHL forward. Now, that's true and not true. This guy probably will be an AHL top 6 forward. When you take a guy that's like low AHL, there's a chance he could be really good, but there's also a chance he could be even worse than that. So it's kind of like high risk, high reward when you go with the low. So here I'm just going to go projected. And, geez, I really don't know. A lot of this isn't that great. High league interest from these two. Miller, we already have so many centers. Do we go with... I don't know here. Jolly. He's kind of the guy I'm looking at, hoping he has like bomb 6, even though it says HL bomb 6. I do not know though. You know what? We're gonna go. No, I don't want. Should I try one of these guys? Durham. Just take the first. I'm just gonna take this guy. I don't know what it is. I'm just feeling him. Low HL top 6. I shouldn't have made that pick. Looking through the rest of this round though, every single player had a AHL potentialist. I think no matter what I did, I was getting an AHL player. This is our last pick of the draft as we trade away our 6th and our 7th. So I'm actually going to go and see if that goalie's still available. If not, though, I might take this Popov guy who's completely unknown. I think the goalie had like high... Who was it actually that I was looking at? Blanchette here. Exact AHL starter. Actually, that means that he's for sure an AHL starter. Whereas like this guy is high AHL starter. So he could be like a low backup or a fringe starter. I think I'm going to take this, where was he, that Popov guy. I like his name. Where'd he go? Popov. I'm going to take him. I'm going to try and trade like a 6th and a 7th in next year's draft for like a 6th round pick this year and take one of those goalies. We could use a goalie prospect. Popov, AHL top 6. Not as great as I thought. So right here, guys, we're going to trade a couple 7th round picks, one in next year's draft and the year after, for San Jose's 6th round pick this year. Values on our side. We'll see what they say. Trade accepted. So now we can get one of those goalies. Also, when I looked at the trade screen, you guys are going to love this. We traded away Jokinen, and I already found his replacement from the draft. Our 4th overall pick there, Andronov, 19 years old, 84 overall already. I think he's going to be an absolute beast for us. So these are the two goalies I was looking at, Brouwer and Newberry. Brouwer here, when I click on him, he has 5-star reflexes, 5-star athletic, 3-star puck control. Newberry here has 4, 4.5, and 2. So I feel like Brouwer is the better one. He should actually be better than AHL starter considering like those scouts projections, but we'll see what he is. He is a backup, so yeah, he was better. That worked out really well trading for that pick. So we're at the re-sign phase now, guys. Not too many players to re-sign. At center here, you can see we have all of our guys locked up. For some reason, Tyler Johnson's now an 84 opposed to an 87. Not sure why he dropped down 3, but if he doesn't come back up, I am not keeping an 84 overall, being paid $7 million. I'll be trading him in the offseason. Merkley's now an 83. Gergensen needs a new deal. He's been a solid 4th-line guy for us, 2.6. I could give him like 2.4 for 2 years. I think that's a fine deal. Hintz, Vegetable, Patrick are all playing the AHL. We'll see how they grow over the summer. Sumala here, 25, 72. He's not really worth re-signing. He's got 1 year left to grow. He's a 72. He's not going anywhere. Velarde here, he was their 2nd round draft pick, I think. Or no, we traded like 2 seconds and some stuff for him. Spit player there. Hoping he can turn into something good. Chittle here, low bomb 6. Not going to let him go for nothing. Give him a contract offer. Those two guys are not worth re-signing. Left wing here, Durant and Perron are signed. Andronov, our 1st round pick, obviously he's going to get signed here. He's 84 overall. He'll get the max deal. Clorin, still locked up for a bit. De La Rose, 83 overall. He wants $3.8 million. That's a lot. He's been playing on our 4th line this entire time. I am just going to qualify him. It's not quite worth the money he's asking for. Gaunt here's been in the AHL for a while. He wants to be a 4th line guy now, or no? Yeah, he wants to be a 4th line guy. Not really worth it to me. I'll qualify, see what he says. As you can see here, Edom's another guy that's gone way down overall for whatever reason. 27 years old, now at 77. He was at 83. He was playing on the 4th line. He was doing fine there. Then all of a sudden, his morale went way down. I don't really get how it works sometimes. Right wings now. Sherbak's an 83. Hopefully, he can grow even more. What's he want here for a deal? It goes pretty high there, 8 years. 23. What if we give him, he wants 3.4. What if we, let's see, till he's 27, that means he'll be a UFA at that point. 25. Oh man, this is a tough deal. I'm gonna do 3 years. I'm gonna do the bridge deal. But if we do 3 years at $3 million, I think he'll say yes to that, and hopefully he can continue to get better. Arvidsson's 26 now and 81. He's pretty much just an AHL guy. Yeah, depth forward. He never really turned into what I thought he would. We definitely should have taken like Colin Wilson from Nashville. What are you gonna do though? Just didn't turn out. I don't think I want to lose him for free though. He's a solid AHL guy. He can get called up if someone's injured. I think I just released him though. I meant to qualify him and I just released him. Oh well. Morin 2880. Gonna release him as well. We have a bunch of AHL guys coming through. We can sign more. Carlson here. I'm not gonna let lose him for free. Just gonna give him the minimum there. This guy's a 70. I guess we can give him a contract. Not worth 850K though. Might as well give him a little bit less. These guys need to do deals, so I'll sign them. Give them 775K. Just something cheap. They really are not worth like even that much, but don't want to lose them for free. Defense here, the only one that needs to be signed is Zaitsev. I just noticed too, Spurgeon's down 85. So last year he was an 87 at some points, normally an 86. He's down 85. Maybe just the bad season brought a bunch of our defensemen's ratings down, but all these guys are young. I think a lot of them are going to have good growth over the summer. Rensky here, we'll see what he wants. $1.8 million for 3 years, 83 overall. That's really good value. I don't think he's going to grow though. 8 years, he only wants $3 million. So let's see. How long does he go 1.8 for? 4 years? 4 years at 1.65. That's a bargain for an 83 overall defenseman. Let's see. This guy's a 70. We're definitely going to re-sign him. Give him like 775K. And that guy's a 62. Not worth re-signing. Corpusal is all lucked up. His morale is also not that great. He didn't have a great year. Subban's down to an 81. I don't know why. His role is a backup. He was playing backup. 2 years, 1.37. We'll give him like 1.25 for 2 years. Solid young backup. Let's see, 65 overall for that goalie we drafted, so that's pretty good. But that's it for re-signing. We should have a good amount of money to spend in free agency. A lot of players with really bad morale. We have to figure out what to do with them, but we'll see who says yes, see how much money we have, and go from there. As you guys can see here, Werenski accepted the offer, staying with Subban, Gergensen, Sherbak, Artyukin, Andronov, Flaherty, Lind, Carlson, Heiskanen. Chittle rejected. Roster is full. Okay, so we have to make some moves. That's good to know. Same with that Vishnevsky guy. So that just means we have to give them... Actually, I don't even think we can give them qualifying offers because they're free agents. So we have to go see what we can do there. So right now, guys, it says we have 47 to 50 contracts, which means we should have at least 2 if like one of them's a goalie contract. So I think it's counting Gauntz and De La Rose here. So Gauntz I'm just going to let go. 25, 79 overall. I can afford to let him go. Actually, it won't even let me release him, so I guess I'm kind of just stuck. So we're going to take a look at free agency now and see what big names are available. We do have around 15 million in cap space. Jeff Skinner's available. Wants 7.5 million, 90 overall. Blake Wheeler's also available. Derek Brassard, Tyler Myers. He would be a huge addition to our defense. We could really use a big like #1 defenseman. He would be on our team too, especially with all the young guys. Turris is here. I hope no one signs him. It's also pretty funny. Toronto didn't even re-sign him, so we just got Nylander for free. And I guess they just wanted to make a cup run. Didn't work out. Jokinen's also a free agent, so like all those deadline deals worked out for us. Pisk here, 85, wants 5 million. That's not really worth it to us. Those guys are worse than defensemen we have. So the guys I'm looking at for sure are Myers, and then probably one of Skinner or Wheeler. With 15 million, yeah, we could probably sign Myers than one of these two. Also to see about Johnson's overall bouncing back up, and what's going to go on with our contracts. We have to trade some away. So before I go look at all the good young players that are on two-way deal that want two-way deals, let's go trade away some of our worst contracts. Right here, guys, I'm trying to trade Clorn to the Maple Leafs for a second-round pick. I'm also adding this AHL potential prospect just to kind of even it out a bit. Right now, it's about even. They want both pieces. They don't want the second. Reason being, after we drafted that Russian dude who's like 84 to the draft, really don't need Clorn anymore. He's actually like our 5th best left winger. He's the oldest. He's pretty much the most expensive there with Perron. Doesn't really make sense. We also have like Benson right behind him. Right wingers there also pretty solid. So kind of just want to move on from his contract. I think this deal should go through. It would be a really solid addition. Really just a good move for us here, getting a pick. Here we go. Trade accepted. So it worked out really well. Also, it gives us a bunch more cap space to use in free agency, try and get one of Wheeler or Skinner. And right here, guys, we're trying to trade Edom to the Jets for his 4th and his 6th. Similar to Clorn, he's like the 7th or 8th best left winger, way down in morale, making $2 million. I'd rather just get that $2 million to use in free agency. We'll see if they say yes here for a 4th and a 6th. Trade accepted, so that worked out well. Right here, guys, trying to trade away another contract. This is Berglund. He's actually like probably the worst like player on the team that has a contract. 22, medium 7th D potential. I feel like we can find better in free agency for two-way guys, and we have better on the team. So we can get a 4th-round pick for him. I think it's worth it. And Boston says yes. So I'm going to go try and sign one of Wheeler and Skinner as well as Myers, and then see what's available in the two-way player contracts. All right, guys, we're now back at free agency here. And looking between Skinner and Wheeler, I mean, Skinner wants $750K more. He's 1 overall higher. He only wants it for 4 years, so it's shorter, it's safer, and he's 5 years younger. I feel like he's definitely the better option here between him and Wheeler. So I'm going to try and make this offer to him. Finishing last this season definitely didn't help. If we won the President's Trophy, I think we'd have a much easier time signing him. But maybe if we give him 4 years at, I don't know, 8.5, that should be good. He's usually a very good player, so I think I'm okay with that money. Tyler Myers I also really want. He'd be our best defenseman. 29, 3-year deal, pays him until he's 32. I could even give him an extra year if he'd want it. It would actually go up, though, his demand, so never mind. 3 years here. We have 19 million in cap space, so we still have 19 million, 19.8 actually. So we'd have like 11 and change to sign him. Let's honestly try and get him for like 6.75, like almost giving him $1 million more. Is that even an option? 6.75 for 3 years. With the players we have coming up, I think we still have enough cap space, especially to like Perron's deal ends. I think it should work out. We need to outbid these teams, and finishing last, it's going to be tough. Also, I wanted to look at some two-way players here. and see if there's anyone available that has solid potential. Fleury here, 20 years old, 70 overall, low top 4. That's very good. He was actually drafted 2017, third round by the Jets. Who knows why they didn't give him an offer, but we're going to give him the max deal. Maybe because we finished last, it actually makes him think he has a better chance to make the team. Nolan here is 22.71, low top 9. I'm going to give him a max deal as well, try and get him signed. Same goes for Hedberg, 19.66 overall, medium top 6. We'll give him a max deal. I'm not sure about how many contracts we have left, so in regards to like those 2 guys we had to let go to free agency, we'll see who signs first, and then we'll decide if we go and try and get them or not. So as you guys can see here, Hedberg accepted our offer. He had top 6D potential. We'll see if anyone else accepted. De La Rose has been offered $3.1 million for 3 years by Chicago. Honestly, with our winger depth, I don't think we need him. And he's 83. I really don't want to pay an 83 overall winger $3 million. We get a second round pick, so I will just take that compensation on De La Rose. Fleury accepted our offer. That's awesome. Top 4D potential. It's a big defensive prospect. Same with Nolan there, who had top 9. Still waiting to hear back from both Skinner and Myers. Myers rejected. Let's see. A part of a locker room with fewer issues. Yeah, our locker room chemistry is even worse this year. Holy. Okay, so Dallas got... Skinner gave us the same thing, locker room with fewer issues. Dallas got both Skinner and Myers. Current locker room chemistry is a 55. When they were saying that last season with like, or was it 2 years ago when we won the President's Trophy, it was like a 71. This year it's a 55, so we're going to have to really overpay for guys. That sucks. I was hoping to get both of those guys, and we got neither. 19 million now. Wheeler's gone now too. So that really sucks, especially too. I let De La Rose go, hoping we'd get Skinner. If not, we'd get Wheeler. Our team is definitely going to get younger, I guess, and we have so much cap space here. Wow. In regards to the two-way guys, though, I think we definitely have the contracts now. We can offer them one. So Lee Roberts here, he got really good in our last franchise mode. He's not there yet, but we can lock him up right now. I would not mind that at all. And there was also a couple guys that were on our team. Chittle here is 19, so he's got a lot more years to grow. I'll give him a deal. And I think the other one was, who was it? I think it was Vishnevsky. He's 21.67. Being 67 at 21, I really don't need to re-sign him. There's probably other ones available that are better. Yeah, like 20.68 here. There's a bunch of guys like that. So I'll make those 2 offers. Hopefully we have enough contract spots for that. And really in free agency, I don't really like any of those options for how much they want. So we'll see if those 2 kids accept. And then just look at the trade market, as unfortunately our chemistry is so bad. I don't see anyone saying yes. Chittle accepted. We'll see if Roberts accepts too. Oh, roster's full, so we're definitely going to have to go make a trade. Right here, guys, we're trying to get a crazy trade with Detroit for Dylan Larkin and Danny DeKeyser. Larkin right now is 22 years old, 87 overall, low league potential. DeKeyser here is 29, 85 overall, exact top 4D. Stabilizes our defense a bit. Larkin's a younger, kind of perfect second line center behind Nylander. Tyler Johnson, now an 84. He was an 87 last year. Dropped to an 84 for morale reasons. Went back up to 86 during the summer. Now he's back down to 84 like 2 weeks later. So I'm kind of just done with him. I actually have 50% of his salary retained. I don't need to do this. Like, Detroit's way under the cap. We're way under the cap. But I'm hoping retaining half his salary, making him only cost them $3.5 million, will help the deal go through. Also with 1 year left, doesn't hurt me. We still have like $16 million in salary space. Mueller's also part of this deal. He's an 81 right now. His morale went down. He would actually be like our 7th best defenseman at this point. So DeKeyser coming on, we'll actually still have to send somebody down to the AHL. So Mueller is definitely expendable. Second round pick in this year's draft. I also have a Chicago and a Toronto second round pick. So kind of like betting on ourselves here. We'll do good. Ours also has the most value, finishing last season. And then Popov here, just hopefully added value. Same with this Jets 6th round pick. The value's on our side. They want all 3 things. They only want to trade Larkin or DeKeyser, but maybe our offer is good enough for them to say yes. Here you go. Trade rejected, but maybe if we change it a little bit, add another second round pick, they'll say yes. So I switched out that AHL prospect for our 3rd round pick in this year's draft. I'm hoping that's enough to make Detroit say yes. Here we go. Trade accepted. That is a huge trade for us. Trade 2 players that morale were down. We get Larkin back, perfect second line center. DeKeyser definitely gives us a boost on defense. Also, guys, I wanted to show you we still have a ton of picks in this year's draft, even after trading away our 2nd and 3rd. We have our 1st, Chicago and Toronto 2nd, 4 4ths there. A 5th and a 6th, so we'll be fine still for the draft. Now, as you guys can see here, I made Roberts another offer, $775K or whatever, and he accepted. So I think we're good now after that offseason. Unfortunately, just kind of got screwed with the free agents, with our chemistry being really low as well. Finishing last year, I'm sure didn't help. $16.5 million here to spend. We could sign Kyle Turris. I don't want him though. There's no place for him on the team. The next best defenseman here is Charrett, who really, he'd be like our 7th defenseman. So we have 16.5 million actually in cap space. Nothing to do with it. I could see like what goalies are available. Just kind of out of curiosity, we could get like a better goalie, make Subban play AHL starter. If there's someone really good, we could sign and like trade. But yeah, best guy there is an 81, no point. So lots of money in cap space. We'll just carry that over to next summer. Hopefully, can actually sign some players if our chemistry is up. We can finish higher, or just even use it for some players that need new contracts. But I think that's it for the moves this summer. So here's a look at the lines going into next season, guys. We got Andronov here on the first line left wing. He was the guy we just drafted 4th overall. Nylander there setting the line. He went down from 88 for some reason. Hopefully he can bounce back up. Greg Ranko, first line right wing. He's more of like a second liner to me. Would have loved to have Skinner or Wheeler there, but what are you going to do? Sherback here's on the second line. Hopefully he can grow some more. Larkin, kind of like the perfect second line center. Duran there on the second line left wing. Perron, Draisaitl, Merkley there on the third line. Not sure about Merkley playing wing, but he just kind of has to right now. And then Poirier, Gergensen, and Benson on the fourth line. So forward group is looking pretty good. Defense is also looking a lot more solid than last year. We got DeKaiser and Spurgeon as the top pair. Liljegren and Hanifin on the second pair. Hopefully that can be a 6th second pair for like years to come. Hanifin didn't grow at all last year for whatever reason. We'll see if he can grow more. I just realized too, like we got both these guys in the same trade. They're on the same pair, so we'll see what happens there. And then Werenski here playing with Zaitsev. I'm also hoping can be a solid pair for us. In goal, of course, Korpisalo still the starter. He went down from 89 to 85, probably because we didn't have such a good year last year, but hopefully a better year this year can boost him back up. I know he usually can get to like anywhere from a 91 to a 93. If he doesn't get to at least a 90, that'd really suck. Malcolm Subban there is his backup. And then AHL team here, you can see we have Hintz, Nolan Patrick, and Strome on the first line. So hopefully that can be a sick first line for us this year. Watch them grow. Kabitsky, no idea who he is. Vejdemo and Tula on the second line. Fogel, Velarde, Kopaka on the third. That could be a pretty solid line. Not really sure who these guys are on the fourth line. Defense here, we got Larson now in the AHL. 82 overall. He didn't grow at all playing in the NHL last year, so maybe more minutes in the AHL will help him out. Playing with Tulola there. Mikola, Sean Day, Niku, and Johansson. So pretty solid defense. And then the goalies here. Vavalainen's now a 79. He's looking really good. Hallinan here is a 77. So both AHL goalies are actually really solid. Hoping for more from the AHL team this year. Obviously very good regular season, but the playoffs got swept first round. Do not know what happened there. But right, guys, will show you the ratings as well. AHL team, 79 offense, 80 defense, 81 goaltending. NHL team here, 93 offense, 89 defense, 91 goaltending. So we'll see what happens next season. Can only go up from last season. Have a lot of picks, a lot of young players. Just hope they can grow. Hopefully we can make that playoff push again and have some success. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, leave a thumbs up. Stay tuned for next season. Have a nice day, guys. Goodbye.